Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
2. Cheer money for new uniforms. Careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Game 1 is in the books, and the reigning champion, the Cathedral Fighting Irish, get ready to take on the winner of game number 2. And Sean, we've got a great one.
We do. The Howe Hornets take on Attucks Tigers, the 2 and 3 seeds, both coming off big victories. Attucks defeated Tinley, and Howe defeated Heritage Christian in overtime. Should be a fantastic basketball game.
Remember, last year's final was a doozy. Double overtime, insanity out here at historic Arsenal Technical, and it was Cathedral taking on this Howe team. We'll see if it's going to happen again. Can history repeat itself? We're live from the Crow's Nest right after this here on IndianaSRN.org. Technical High School as we get ready to bring you game number 2, semifinal number 2, a big-time tussle between two teams that are riding a hot streak, both on one way and both looking to take on the Cathedral Fighting Irish on Wednesday night in the in the city finals. Brent Young, Sean Kroll. Sean, this is going to be a doozy of a game. I tell you what, one team, a little bit of adversity. We're going to dive into that here on the pregame show. The other team, they've been here before. With second-year head coach Christoph Kendrick. Kendrick went to the City Finals last year, double overtime loss to Cathedral, who's awaiting now. They've been there before, but Attucks, don't look back too far. 2 years ago, right there in the semifinals, lost on a last-second shot to Manual. These are two really, really good teams.
They are, Brent, and Howe comes in with a 8-game winning streak, which says a lot. They did have one game postponed against Mount Vernon. Had their work cut out for them against Heritage Christian, where they won by 8 in overtime on January 17th. Attucks comes in, they've won 5 of their last 6. That one loss was against 4A Lawrence North. You talked a second about how they were kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit. It didn't show against Tinley, but they lost their leading scorer, Harold Bennett. He decided to transfer mid-semester to a prep school down in Atlanta, Georgia. So they're losing 22.3 points per game for Attucks and 3.8 rebounds. Huge loss for them. It didn't apparently affect them too much. They took it to Tinley, 77-53, a Class 1A school. We'll see what happens tonight. A whole different story.
Completely different story. You've got a team now in Howe that likes to get up and down. They like to pick and pop. They like to drive and kick. A big-time offense orchestrated by Coach Kendrick. And, of course, he's got a player that we like to say, wow, how was he still there? This guy, Kaisia Washington, has been a Howe Hornet for what seems like 6 years, was on the state championship contending team a couple of seasons ago, and now he comes in as the best player for this Howe team, and he's going to go up and down. I was looking forward to the back-and-forth game between Bennett and, of course, Kai Washington, but now it's going to be Kai Washington, and we'll see what Attucks brings.
It is. When you look at Howe's lineup, 4 guys in double figures. You got Deshaun Scott, almost 11 points per game. Jalen Stamps, 13.3. Krishawn Brown, almost 12. But Kaisia Washington, 18.4 points per game. We've seen him grow and mature over the 4 years that he's been here. He's ready to take that next step with himself and with his team. Can they do it? Can they defeat Attucks again to get to the championship game for a rematch? We were here last year in that 2 overtime game. Fantastic basketball game. Howe wants nothing more than to get back and get another shot at Cathedral.
January 18th of 2018 was the last time these two teams played. We were able to talk with Coach Chris Hawkins of Christmas Attucks, and he just spoke about how his team was not really there. They gave up too many fast break points, too many drive and kick, open three-point jump shots. He really wants to amp up the defense. But you look at that game last season, they haven't played too much. In the past 30 years, they've only played 6 times. It's a 5-1 advantage, but 2 years ago, it was Attucks that picked up that one win in the past 6 tries. That was 86-80, and that, of course, was the Attucks team that went on to win the state title. And this Coach Hawkins has himself another really good team. He's continuing to try and build. And you look at now the loss of course, Harold Bennett. Maybe it's going to be time for Jaquan Edwards to step up, or maybe it's time to see how sincere Mr. McMahon can be.
I see what you're doing there. Sincere McMahon, fantastic basketball player. He is now their leading scorer, coming at 17 points per game. Another thing I thought was really interesting that Coach Hawkins told us was the fact that Howe was in the double bonus early in the third quarter last year.
Right.
And that really cost them too many easy points at the free throw line. Wants to avoid that this year. I'm really interested to see how the tempo goes in this game tonight, because we know Kendrick, he likes to get up and down the floor. Attucks, normally from what we've seen, likes to get up and down the floor. Who's going to control and lead their team? We know Kai Washington's the guy for Howe. Who's it going to be for Attucks now that Bennett is out? Is it going to be McMahon? Is it going to be Donovan Barrett? Who is the guy that's going to step up for them as we move along? And we see how this kind of all plays out.
You know, Sean, we were here a couple of years as well for that fantastic semifinal game where it was, of course, the half-court shot by Cavassier McCauley, sending the Manual Redskins into the championship game against Cathedral. And the game right before that was Cathedral versus Howe, and that was a great back-and-forth basketball game, and that was in Mosey Barnes' final season as the head coach of the Howe Hornets. Now second-year head coach Christoph Kendrick really infiltrating his effects on the game. And you look at these, have to be two of the brightest young coaches here in the area. Only in his third season with the Attucks Tigers is Chris Hawkins. And, of course, you've already mentioned it, second season for Kendrick. here with the Howe Hornets, and they both are eyeing a big-time shot, not only here to make it to the City Alliance Finals, but also throughout the rest of the way, and hopefully in the tournament at the end of the season. You're looking at number 6 in the class of 3A for the Crispus Attucks Tigers and number 7 in the class 2A for the Howe Hornets.
And a lot comes down to the draw. It's going to be really exciting. Attucks has an unbelievably difficult sectional with Brebeuf, Jesuit, and those squads, which is tough to get out of as we saw last year for them. But it's also going to be interesting how in 2A still they're really going to be exciting. Again, I think a lot of times so many schools don't kind of get the chance to go up against the pressure and the full court up and down play of how, and they're not used to it. And not only are they not used to it, they're thrown off by it, but they get worn out. And that's where your subs come into play. Interesting to note, you look at the rosters, Crispus Attucks is a lot deeper than Howe is. Yeah. The number of players in the Howe roster is very, very small, and they're younger. Crispus Attucks is a lot younger than Howe is. Howe is very senior-laden.
Yeah, senior-laden, you mentioned that. The roster that we received from Coach Christoph Kendrick only breaks it down to 8 players that they kind of have a core of. In those 8 players, you're looking at all seniors with 1 junior, as both lineups are being mentioned. Why don't you go ahead and talk about a little bit the Howe Hornets starting 5?
I will most definitely do that. First of all, you have got, Deshaun Scott for them, who's doing a fantastic job. He is averaging 10.8 points per game. He's a senior for them. Kaisia Washington is a point guard for them, as well as, like we talked about, 5'10 senior guard, 18.4 points per game. He likes the ball in his hand. He likes to control the show. Jalen Stamps is another young man who plays really, really well. He's a guard. He's a senior. He's just a shade under 6 foot as well. Their 2 forwards are really going to be important tonight, crashing the boards. Daryl Boone, the senior forward, number 11, and Krishawn Brown, a 6'2 senior, number 13. Krishawn averages 4.3 rebounds per game, almost 12 points per game. Boone's going to be that guy, especially when it comes to the foul line. He's their best free throw shooter. Free throw shooting, as we look at these stats, could really play a part in this. Neither team's very good from the line. Krishawn Brown is one that is.
The Crispus Attucks Tigers are getting their starting 5 named. Remember, no Harold Bennett, averaging over 22 points per ball game. Just a tad under 4 rebounds and a tad under 4 assists as well. Definitely the best player on this Attucks team. So instead, they throw out Jason Hall, the 5'11 junior guard. Sincere McMahon, we're going to talk a lot about him, the 6'2 junior. Courtney Radford, the 6'5 senior forward. Jaquan Edwards, keep a big eye on him, the 6'5 senior. And then, of course, Tyron Lewis, the 6'1 senior guard. So a lot of old, great, experienced players. As the tip, one. Oh! Quick rejection at the rim, Sean. That's going to be something we're going to continue to tally as well. Jaquan Edwards comes into this basketball game averaging 2.3 blocks per game.
Nice little spin move there by Kai Washington. Couldn't get it to go, though.
And a little bit of a, looks like it's a man-to-man defense, little matchup zone. A travel in the lane, though, Sean. And as you can see, the Howe Hornets on the screen wearing those road black uniforms. They will be the I believe they would be the guests in this basketball game.
Yeah, it's hard to tell anymore because so many teams wear dark colors don't. But yes, that is correct.
The Howe Hornets will be the guests on the scoreboard, and the Titans will be the Attucks Tigers. A little bit of a 3-man weave at the top of the key. Kai Washington's going to fire one up. It's going to miss badly off to the right, and Attucks will look to run. Oh, a little bit of a carry, but a good pass out. Edwards right back out. You see right now, both teams just trying to pick and choose the right time, it seems, Sean.
It's like a prize fight, Brent. They're kind of feeling each other out right now to see how they're going to play and then decide what they want to do.
Jason Hall in his beautiful shoes passes out to Tyron Lewis in his beautiful shoes as well.
Oh, the pink shoes almost walked again.
A little fluorescent.
Yeah.
I like the feel. Nice. Top of the key. Look at that high arc. It's going to fall just short of the rim for Sincere McMahon. Now looking to run is the Hornets. Still 0-0 early in this one.
Almost looks like the floor's got a little condensation on it, Brent.
Drive, the lay-in is a little soft. Not what you expect these two high-scoring teams early in the basketball game.
That is for sure. They both average a lot of points per game. As we look at it, 73.9 for Howe, 72.7
for Attucks. That's a lot for high school basketball.
Look at this steal. A little bit of a run out, but it's slowed down. Dumped down low. First opportunity is laid in for Deshaun Scott. The first points of the second semifinal goes to the Hornets. They got a 2-0 lead.
Took a while to get the first bucket. Maybe that'll kind of break the ice so we can get rolling.
Deep three.
And there we go.
Response. Jason Hall, interested to see who's going to start to pick up the slack with Bennett out.
That's a huge concern tonight for Attucks, especially with the pressure from Howe. Who's going to pick up that scoring pace for Bennett?
Hornets eyeing the defense. Wide open three on the right side. Scott misses that one. He's not a great three. Actually, he is one of the better three-point shooters, 40% on the season, but misses that one. Dumped down low. First post touch for Attucks, and they work it back out. Sincere McMahon almost loses it, and he is a player that Coach Hawkins talked about is going to step up a little bit more. Numbers are a bit down from last year, of course, because of the addition of Harold Bennett.
He definitely needs to step up in this tournament. Another long three.
Yeah. Hall on the season, I've got him at a 13% three-point shooter. The first one fell through, so maybe he's got a little bit of confidence.
Well, you know what they say about shooters, Brent? If it feels like leather, let it fly.
Keep shooting.
Yep.
Keep shooting.
Shooters got to shoot.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
That's. I think that's a Thad Van Dievener quote, right? Shooters
Yep.
got to shoot.
Michael Scott, Brett Young. Deep three response, and that was a nice knockdown by Jalen Stamps. And now he is a spectacular three-point shooter.
Did you notice the little low tap there after the three-pointer? This is going to be a fun game.
It's going to be chippy as the game continues. These two teams we mentioned haven't really played each other much, but when they do play, it's been highly contested, close matchups. Kick out in a deep three. Same spot, different result. Deshaun Scott, 5 early.
Great look there from Washington to look down the lane, but then see his guy open in the corner, get him the basketball.
The only junior on this Howe team has 5 early and has built up this nickel lead.
Washington hasn't even scored yet for them. That's a good sign.
We get our first foul of the night. And I imagine we're going to start to see the fouls pick up as well, as that one's going to go against Stamps. That's his first, team first as well.
Jalen Stamps again, 13.3 points per game. He's 55% field goal shooter on the year overall.
Bit of a travel and a no call. Oh, they're going to get it. Got the travel eventually. Shuffling his feet was Courtney Radford, the 6'5" senior. You know, Sean, you look at the lineup for the Attucks Tigers, and on paper, they seem to be the bigger, longer team. But yet, out on the court, it just seems as if the way that Howe is able to spread them out, that size is completely negated.
When you spread them out like that, it takes them away from the blocks where they have that distinct advantage, especially rebounding-wise, as we have our first substitution in the game for Crispus Attucks. I believe that is Barnett, one of 2 brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
Donovan Barnett, as you mentioned, the 6'4" sophomore, more size off the bench. Howe on this possession is yet to shoot it. They finally get into the hands of Washington. He's going to fire a deep ball.
That was long.
He loves the outside shot. Makes it at a 36% clip, but that is his best game, is the drive. He's slow to get up, though, Sean.
Euro step, but he kind of caught a little bit on the backside going down.
Skip pass, tray ball, rims out, rebounded. Looks like this is going to be Jaquan Edwards. For the first time, we're going to be able to talk about the senior, the 6'5" senior. Good player.
They need him desperately to step up. He's averaging 10.6 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, huge for them. 79% from the free throw line. That's going to be huge for them as well.
That is the telling stat about a senior postman. If he can knock it down from the stripe with efficiency, then you love it. Little broadcaster's jinx, a little happiness for you on a Monday night.
Foul was on Krishan Brown, his first. It always happens, does it not? The old jinx.
It really does. Second falls through, so 1 for 2 at the line. Edwards brings the Tigers back a little bit, but it does seem like right now the game is being played at Howe's pace.
And a little stoppage in play here.
Yep.
And they're already talking. Already talking to the gentleman about keeping it clean.
I like that. It's a good way to control the game early.
Yes, you got to do it early.
The Howe Hornets are slowing it down to a crawl in the half court. You know, this is what Coach Kendrick talked about as well, Sean. It's a good drive and the finish. Hits off the rim a couple of times and a nice little roll.
Split the defense there. Great job seeing the lane, cutting to the basket, and getting the nice little rim action.
Daryl Boone, that's going to be a name we're going to talk about a lot as well. They expect a big game out of the big man, the senior, of course. Now the ball works around to Lewis. Lewis looking for the drive, bit of a push off, no call. Another deep three. They're settling almost, it seems, Sean. And a bad decision there. A tip instead of grabbing the rebound. Deshaun Scott tipped it right into the hands of an Attucks player.
Barnett, and then just like that, quick three. Howe doesn't waste any time.
Oh, he does not. And that was Kai Washington. Hasn't gotten going, but good to see he's not injured after he was down on that previous play. And then a drive by Sincere McMahon. Aggressive drive at that.
Very aggressive drive. Got the foul. It's on the floor, though. Let's take a look at that three ball. Look at the tip there. Try to get it up, but great presence of mind by Barnett to go back to the glass when he saw it go up and got the easy bucket.
Donovan Barnett averages right at 3 rebounds per ball game. As a reserve, that is very good. Ball is worked in, almost tipped and stolen, but corralled in by Jason Hall. Hall with those fluorescent shoes fires one up from Carmel. That was a deep one, and he nailed it. The bank is open downtown late Indianapolis.
Yes, it makes it a 1-point game.
This is second 3 of the game. He's 2 for 3, 13%. That's going to rise up a little bit.
That's one guy that stepped up so far in the absence of Bennett.
Crossover, they're going to do with the carry. A little bit too pretty.
You can't get away with that. I mean, it works on the playground. It does not work in high school gyms.
And speaking of high school gyms, you don't have much better of a high school gym than here at Tech. 2014 state champions. You see that plastered on both sides of the court. And a big drive.
Oh, was that a bailout call?
Late call. And you see Coach Kendrick right in the face. Come on.
1 on 3. You usually get that. But McMahon will go to the line. Was that a sincere call by the official?
Ooh.
I had to get one back.
That's good. I liked it. So Sincere McMahon, 58% from the free throw line. Not what you would expect.
And just like that, he makes it. That's a huge part, Brent, when we look at keys to games. Those moments like the putback by Barnett. You don't grab the rebound. Rebounding is important. Free throw shooting is important. 50-50 balls. Those kinds of things are games that can be won and lost on those specific things. Kids got to spend a lot more time shooting free throws.
And second one falls off, but there with another rebound. A Cardinal sin. Offensive rebound leading to the lay-in. It looked like it was altered underneath the basket by Daryl Boone, and now it's a jump ball possession. No, was that a...
He didn't reestablish himself after he went out of bounds on the cut, but a great look, though, to find the cutter going down the lane for the easy look. He just couldn't get it to fall.
Yep. Jason Hall, do we say a generous 5'11"?
Generous, yeah. That'll work. Program heights are a different measurement. It's not metric. It's not feet and inches.
Right.
It's, kind of in between.
Ball worked in. We'll see with 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Neither team truly has gotten their impact on the game the way that both coaches would want.
You would not expect it to be 10-all this late in the first quarter.
See if Kai Washington can get going. Instead, no, it's Stamps. Stamps has a fantastic plus-minus, the best on the team. Goes with the drive, and now the kick. Kai Washington, bingo.
Boy, needed that. That's his first bucket of the game.
See the response, a deep three. Ooh. A lot of time left on the clock. Instead, it's tipped in here. Stamps runs it down. Could not corral it, but does work it back out. It's Hornets' ball. Drive, kick. There's 15 seconds to see if they hold it for one, and they will.
Great job crashing the boards for Attucks, but just threw it away.
Boom, drive, kick, 3 balls short. Battle for the board. He fires it up, and it's going to be long again. Would have been a spectacular horse-style shot. Instead, it falls short. After one here in the second game of 2 semifinals in the City Alliance tournament, it is 13-10, a 3-point lead for the Howe Hornets.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Back live here from the house that Frank Kendrick built. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Brent Young, Sean Kroll, and Sean, a quick look at that three ball knocked in by Walker.
Great ball movement there. Deep three, but he squared his shoulders and knocked it down.
That's what he's known for, big-time outside shooter. Does a really good job also facilitating and driving. We'll see if he can make an impact here in the second quarter. Relatively low scoring for what we would expect in a matchup between these two teams. A 3-point lead for the Howe Hornets. Attucks back with the basketball.
Looks like some zone coming out now from Howe.
Oh, drive and stolen away. Wow. Beautiful pass, but Howe couldn't corral it. The drive and the lay-in, though. A young flip shot by Jalen Stamps.
The Red Sea parted. He's kind of went down the lane, and next thing you know, he looked like, oh, I'll just take it straight to the cup because nobody's there.
And they're up by a nickel. And the response, whoa. We're going to get a blocking call on that, but that was an emphatic foul.
That was, you may get close to the rim, but you are not going to score when I'm down here.
So, hopping back up is Jaden Tyson, the 6'3 senior. Will head to the free throw line, 59% on the year. Averages just a tad under 6 points.
That's the second foul on Stamps, Brent.
Oh, wow.
That's important. Being one of their key contributors, he's going to take a seat, it looks like.
Yeah, he'll have to come out.
See if they can get some good minutes from their very short bench.
On for him is Jalen Cannon, the 6' senior. Second free throw is going to be short. They're going to call a lane violation. Lane infraction, wow.
He gets another shot.
You don't see that often.
No, you do not. But he was right there on it, so yeah. I'm glad we got Jalen Cannon a specific number.
And I'm glad we have Riley up there on the ones and twos, able to spot that lane infraction. And this time, if you're going to give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want a little bit of milk.
Yes, he is. And he got it there. We'll see now. I'm surprised that they're having Boone bring the ball up the basketball court.
Works out as Deshaun Mills-Beatty goes with a pass. Boone, a high arcing shot, and now no one's back on defense, and Sincere McMahon, oh, they're going to call a charge.
That one's interesting.
You know, they say it's a 50-50 call, Sean.
Usually it's 50-50. We have officials that work with us, so
yeah.
we love officials. They're fantastic.
The Wizard has officiated more games than I have called, and he knows a lot about officiating, and he just told me that was a good call.
That was a good call. Some coaches in the building tonight doing some scouting. We see Todd Howard of Rebuff.
Yep, Howard for Rebuff. Scott Adams of Park Tudor.
Hey, come down and check it out. This is a great place to watch basketball. You're going to see some great basketball. We promise. We wouldn't lie to you.
No, we would not. Deep three. Long again. Deshaun Scott, he shoots it at a 40% clip. He's been firing him up a lot.
Boy, it's been Indianapolis Bricklayers would be happy to be here tonight because there hasn't been very good field goal percentage in this basketball game yet.
It has not. A low-scoring game, still a 3-point lead. Now a high arcing shot. McMahon. Those rims not too sincere.
It does everything but go down.
That was a complete rim out. You can't go further down and pop back up than that shot did right there.
See, I think these are tech rims, and they're saying, oh, it's Attucks and Howe. We don't like either one of these squads. We're not going to give them any love.
Jalen Cannon with the rock. Surveying this defense, it's great man-to-man pressure and a pass down low tipped. Howe just can't get anything going.
They almost look like Attucks tried to trap there.
Wow, a contested banking.
You gotta love the glass.
Second bank shot we've seen, one for Attucks. Now Howe returns the favor.
I always think of Tim Duncan. No better basketball player using the glass than Tim Duncan.
That is correct. That's Krishan Brown's first bucket of the game by way of the bank. You know, if you can tell me a bank that's open this late, I want to sign up. Oh, ooh. They're going to say it was a foul on the floor on the drive on Brown. It was also very close to stepping out of bounds. We get Kai Washington back in the basketball game. He really hasn't had the effect that he needs to have. We'll see maybe Kendrick sitting him down. Maybe Washington comes back in and gives them that firepower.
Wakes him up, yeah. Great job there by Brown using the baseline as a defender. Just got called for the push there at the end, but it's on the floor, so no shots.
Sincere McMahon. You know, it's interesting to see. This is my first game that I've taken in that Attucks has played, and McMahon fires up a very long wow.
The and one from 3 range.
Hey, yo. For the old way.
And it's on Kai Washington.
Oh, man. You know, that's one of those shots where you're like, no, no, no. Yes.
17 fouls on Howe. 1 on Attucks.
Wow. And that's also the second foul on Kai Washington. Something to monitor as the 4-point play is completed by Mr. Sincere McMahon.
I have a feeling we might see a replay of that soon.
We will. 17-16, it's a 1-point lead. It's been hovering around that level, and now a steal. Bit of a run out, but instead they have to work it back out. The defense is flustering, and now a good pass. Tip shot, another tip. You're going to get a foul call on the third tip, just activity by Jaquan Edwards.
Two things on that. One, use the bank, okay, if you're Taekwon Edwards. 2, why is Kai Washington not bringing up the basketball for Howe? I don't understand that. Boone's bringing it up. He's a forward.
Timeout is taken by the Howe Hornets. We're going to step aside with them. 17-16. It's a 1-point lead here in semifinal number 2. Welcome back here live from Tech High School, and I want to let everyone know, when you are not listening to sports, we got easy listening music 24/7 on IndianaSRN.org. Sean, I love some easy listening music.
I do sometimes too, as we forgot to let you know, our pregame show brought to you by Piper Logistics, and the first quarter, CIV LED Lighting Solutions. They light up your life, Brent. Did you know that?
I did know that, actually. I also knew that easy, smooth music is kind of what this game has been so far.
Let's take a look at that misses the second. We'll catch that in a minute.
A couple, one made, one missed. We're back up 17-17. This game's been back and forth, Sean. And right now, we mentioned it off air. Third foul on Kai Washington.
Yes.
And an interesting ploy as well by Coach Kendrick, not having Kai bring the basketball up the court. Instead, he's been giving it into the hands of the big man, Daryl Boone.
Well, this last time, Stamps brought it down, and it was really interesting because somebody's got to step up. When your leading scorer's got 3 fouls in the first half, he's probably not going to see the court the rest of the first half. Who's going to step up offensively and leadership-wise for the Hornets?
Yep. Only 4 points here in the second quarter so far for the Howe Hornets. See if they can change that. Deshaun Scott's been quiet since his early 5-point spurt. Gosh, and the defense is just extending for Attucks. Deep three, not a good look. And back come the Tigers. Chance to take the lead. And they won't.
1-on-4 won't do it if you're Sincere McMahon.
Jalen Cannon, shout out like a cannon, but
they're going to call it on the floor.
Foul on the floor.
By two at two. Here we go. Here's the three. There it is. And the foul. And Kai Washington was like, I didn't touch him. He fell on his own.
They have given up some cardinal sins in basketball. An offensive rebound on a missed free throw. And then, of course, that right there, you cannot foul a three-point shooter. You gotta hedge out, you gotta get out, but under control. And he didn't do a good job there.
Yes, and that's the thing. Both these squads really seem kind of out of kilter a little bit. McMahon has had that one play that's kind of been well for them. They're playing without their former top scorer in Bennett. Kai Washington's on the bench with 3 fouls. It's like playoff baseball, if I may.
Yep.
Who's that one unsung guy that's going to step up and make the plays to get them to the championship game against Cathedral? It's almost a survive and advance type of game. Clean the slate, wait for Wednesday.
Right. And we are only midway through the second quarter. This game has a lot of game left in it. We kind of saw similar things in game number 1. Both teams a little slow out the gates. Ritter looked like they had a little bit of control in that game against Cathedral. But then, of course, the Irish just pouring it on in the second half of the big run there in the third. Maybe these two teams just, still at this level trying to pick and choose their times, and then we'll see one of the two teams go with that big run.
I think neither team's gotten to a flow either, and offensively or defensively, in terms of what they want to do. And I think once you see that happen, as we saw with Cathedral in the first game, things will start to come easier and flow better, and then maybe we'll get some more scoring coming on. By the way, you know what? Do you not want to know how you're old?
Let's hear it.
When a former student that you had is now a teacher and the cheerleading coach at Howe.
Really?
Michelle Kravitz, yes.
Big shout out to Michelle Kravitz. And thank you, Rebecca Kroll, for subscribing to YouTube channel. Of course, you can too, Indiana SRN, Indiana Sports Radio Network. We love YouTube.
That name sounds familiar.
I feel like I've heard it as well. As another stoppage in play, another foul is called. This one is against Boone. Boone heads to the bench.
Second. Holy cow. They got 3 starters with 2 fouls and Washington on the bench with 3.
They're testing the depth, Sean.
Yeah, which they don't have much of.
No. Ball is slowly worked up. Sincere McMahon with the rock. As they bring it back out. I'm interested to see who can score on the floor for Howe. Even now with Boone out.
It's been so frenetic. You want a team to be able to run their offensive sets, and there's a nice look.
Good shot by Jaquan Edwards. He gets his first bucket. That was not by way of the foul line, so Edwards trying to get things going as well, and now it's a lead for the Attucks Tigers. First of the game, Sean, I do believe.
I'm going to say it. It's looked kind of sloppy, Brandon. It really has.
It has. You got to think maybe it's the layoff between games, the postponing of games on Saturday, just trying to shake off the rust after that long weather-filled weekend and a big drive in Cannon. He's been aggressive taking it to the hole.
They need somebody to step up for them, and he's done a good job of it. Hasn't really turned out in the score sheet, but now he gets to go to the stripe for 2 free wins.
2 free ones is right, Sean. And, you know, you just look up. This truly is a historic location to have this City Alliance semifinals and championship game. All of the banners on the walls, C.J. Walker, Trey Lyles, Frank Kendrick.
How interesting is that? You know, you're his son on the sidelines for Howe, coaching in the building that, you know, your dad was an Indiana All-Star in.
Yep.
That's got to be an interesting dichotomy of emotions for him.
And Coach Frank Kendrick is here as well. We saw him earlier in the game as the second free throw is missed. Still a 1-point advantage for the Attucks Tigers. The number 6 team in the class of 3A.
That is correct. 11-3.
Big drive and just throwing it up at the basket. Take it in, and how about Cannon? Giving some good minutes off the bench, but a little too dipsy-do, razzle-dazzle. Opportunistic by Howe getting the ball back, but this one's tipped. Lay in on the run. This one falls through for Jason Hall.
Do you think Howe looks a little lost without their leader on the floor?
Yes.
I would agree with that. I really would.
But it's crazy to think. Attucks doesn't have their usual leader on the floor either.
And Howe's only down 3, so it's not too far off.
Deep 3.
Not anymore.
Wow. Deshaun Scott, a deep one. He had one in the first quarter. Just got his first in the second, and we're knotted back up again.
Hey, you know, if you're Coach Kendrick, you got to love it. You haven't played well at all, and here you are tied with under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
21-21, like my vision, just a little better than 2020.
I'd like to go to your eye doctor.
He tells me a lot of things I like to hear. Deep 3 was thought about by Hall. Good closeout that time. And now it's going to be, over and back is the call. And just eyeing him down is Tyron Lewis saying, how'd you do that?
It's interesting the defenses they've kind of played is as the ball's out on the perimeter, if there's an opportunity, both teams like to try and trap to get that ball pressure, which causes turnovers like that.
And now a chance for the lead to be regained by Howe. The Hornets, without 2 of their main starters in the game with foul trouble, and a deep 3, and now the lead is back for the Hornets.
That was nice. Kind of lulled them to sleep.
Jalen Stamps with the pink shoes and all. 47% three-point shooter.
There was that trap again.
Now a pass down low, high, and crowd in. Almost tipped away. They're going to say last touch by Deshaun Scott. It's going to stay here.
Do you think he was looking for the alley-oop there? I mean, it was a great job of Barnett to bring it down and try and go back up strong, but I think that may have been a semi-alley-oop play there.
Yeah, interesting pass to Barnett. It's not as tall as his brother, as a falling down, losing it is Sincere McMahon. Back with it. Skip pass. Scott. No good.
Oh, wow.
A little taste of their own medicine, as now it is Attucks fouling a three-point shooter.
It's unbelievable. 2 fouls on three-point plays as we're going to take a look at a three-pointer here by Jalen Stamps, I believe. Little pull-up, boom.
Little heavy pull-up. With the pink shoes, how about that? You know,
I love the pink shoes, man.
What's your point of view? Now in the NBA, you can wear whatever color shoe you want.
I love it. It's marketing, man. It really is.
Let your colors fly.
Yeah.
I mean, just simply looking out on the court, you see pink shoes, fluorescent pink shoes.
He's missed both.
0 for 2 on the line so far. You see those beautiful yellow shoes. Reminds me of Ronald McDonald.
Nobody knows their fans better than the NBA. If there's a market out there, kids love sneakers. Adam Silver's fantastic. He does a great job.
Finally made one of them. The lead is 4. Now a deep response is going to stay deep. Run out. Hangs and can't finish.
Tried to avoid the charge.
Oh, a little bit of cherry picking by Sincere McMahon. How about that 1-on-3? Goes up and draws the foul.
I'll tell you what, that young man has zero fear. He is not exactly the tallest guy on the court. It says 6'2", but I'll tell you what, I don't think he's gone one-on-one all night. I think he likes the negative odds in his favor.
First free throw falls through for the 58% shooter. You know, Deshaun Scott went 1 for 3. He was 4 of 6 from the free throw line coming into this one.
That hurt them. You get 3 freebies and you only knock 1 down. That hurts.
This is an important final 25 seconds. Remember, Kai Washington on the bench with the 3 fouls. Also on the bench, looking actually to check back in, is Daryl Boone with the 2 fouls.
Had to make him go back in and officially check in.
just putting the official touch on it.
Hey, don't forget, we'll be back here Wednesday night for the final. All 4 of us that were here on these games will be here tonight, 6:45 pregame show.
And that is official.
Official.
Shot falls through. 2-point advantage, and now 20 seconds left. Final shot is going to be for the Howe Hornets. Boone picks it up, almost loses it. Skip pass. Scott. Bang!
Isn't that amazing? Can't hit the free throws, but can knock down the 3 ball.
What a shot in the response. Oh! Yeah!
At the buzzer.
28-26. Trading tray balls is what takes us into the halftime here on Indiana SRN. 28-26, Sean, and those were 2 fireballs that found the bottom of the net.
You know, second quarter, as you can see, they got into a better flow. Finally got some rhythm. Some guys got some looks that they liked, knocked down some shots. Maybe we'll see it start to pick up a little bit here in the second half, as you'll see here at the end. We'll see if it's one or it's the whole sequence. There's a 3 ball at the buzzer by Tyson. Knocked it down. You know, the one before that he airballed, found his range and his rhythm on that one and knocked it down.
Just trading tray balls is what just happened there. It was Scott, a little bit of an ill-advised shot. That's why you always say we have the ball with a chance to run out the clock. Don't shoot it too early. He shot it early, luckily made it, but Attucks, the resiliency by Jaden Tyson to knock that one down as well.
Attucks outscored Howe in the second quarter 16-10, which is why we have that 2-point game at halftime. A little bit more of a flow like we just talked about. I think we're going to have an exciting second half. Buckle in your seatbelts. It's going to be a fun one.
Howe's up to 28-26. We're going to step aside, and then we have halftime festivities for you here on Indiana Sports Radio Network.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Coach Delaney's with us, the coach of the winning Cathedral Irish, game number 1 tonight. Very scrappy Ritter team that you played tonight.
Yeah, you know, when you get to this point, you know, everyone's going to come in here with dreams of winning a city championship, and so we're not going to just waltz in here and people are going to lay down and let us win another one. You know, you're going to get their best shot. You know, we saw it last year with Howe, the year before with Manuel, that it just, the city championship, it ramps up, you know, the emotions for the other teams, and we know we have a target on our back.
With the 14 teams, the top 6 seeds always seem to play very, very well this time of the year. What do you go through as you go through the city championship game tomorrow, on Wednesday night? You got to gear up for sectionals just about 3 weeks away.
Yeah, but you use this for, you know, to get you ready for sectional. It's got a great atmosphere. You've got people rooting against you, and you've got to win because you're trying to claim a championship at the end. And so, you know, you use that for practice for the sectional. You know, there's a lot of things you could do. You could play regular season games, but this atmosphere gets you ready for the sectional.
Are you ready for Wednesday night? It looks like it's going to be a physical game.
as everyone else is not going to back down, we're not backing down either.
Congratulations, Coach. Job well done. Also joining us, Don Newberry. He's the director of the tournament and the AD at Tech High School. First of all, thank you for the hospitality. I had several hamburgers,
did you really?
and they were very, very good.
Awesome. I need to get some myself. I'm glad to have you here, Keith.
Tell me, how about the tournament? Good crowd tonight. Smart move of moving this game to tonight, and then the championship game Wednesday night.
Yeah. We didn't want to take the chance on safety. So Saturday was just horrendous weather. So now we got the crowds here. We got 4 great teams, 4 great programs watching an amazing game right now with Attucks and Howe.
Let's talk a little bit about the Tech Titans. We got some players back now; they're eligible, playing some good ball.
Yeah, we are. We got a transfer that came back in and returned home. The team has won 4 out of the last 6, so we're really excited right now.
Thank you very much from the Baltimore Heights, Indiana SRN exclusive home of the city tournament.
I appreciate you. Glad having you guys here.
You bet. Right back up.
Hello, my name is Sean Kroll, and I've been a part of the Indiana SRN family for the last 9 years. Last year, we streamed a record 326 sporting events around Central Indiana. All the other guys broadcast basketball and football, but we at Indiana SRN also air volleyball, softball, baseball, and even golf. But we need your help. To continue our mission, please help us by contacting Coach at indianasrn.org. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Everyone know that you can never miss an upcoming game. Follow us on Twitter at Indiana SRN. I repeat, at Indiana SRN, the best Twitter in the land. Unbelievable Twitter action at Indiana SRN. We'll be right back after this.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Hey, check us out on YouTube. Don't ever miss an upcoming game, especially Wednesday night when we have the championship game here on Indiana SRN. Subscribe, like that Kroll lady did earlier this evening.
Oh, Kroll lady.
Yeah.
The Kroll lady, eh?
I think she's pretty attractive, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, quick update here.
Let's hear it. Take it away.
From the Twitter.
Yep.
Heritage Christian upsets number 2 Homestead in girls basketball. 22-9, got out to a quick start. Ari Wiggins, impact player of the game, 28 points.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
They won the girls'
Did you say
tournament.
Skylar Dickens?
No.
Oh, Ari Wiggins.
Ari Wiggins, yeah. But, you know, as they
she
said,
is Skylar Dickens.
as we did a couple weeks ago, yeah, the women's as we'll call them, the girls' city tournament champions were the Heritage Christian Eagles, up in 4A now, which is really interesting. But, interesting first half, Brent. Can you guess, when was the last time that Crispus Attucks won the Indianapolis City Tournament?
You know what? My guess is never.
That would be incorrect.
Okay. 1967.
Close. 1961-62 when Keith was a young pup as a senior in high school.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't know if he was.
Keith Myers, a senior in high school back in 61. Okay.
That was the last time Attucks won the city championship.
You know a fun fact about that team?
What's that?
You would think, was that the team that the Big O was on?
That is incorrect.
It's incorrect?
Yeah.
The Big O played for them in 56, I would imagine.
Did they win it? Attucks won it
55 and 56, yep.
54, yeah, those 2 years.
Because another fun fact about the Big O, since we're here at the big Attucks game in front of us.
Yes.
Cincinnati won back-to-back NCAA titles.
I knew you'd throw your Cincinnati in there.
61 and 62 with
the Big O.
Out the Big O.
Oh, Jerry Lucas.
The 2 years.
No, he's Ohio State.
That they won. Oh, they beat Lucas.
That's right. And Bob Knight was on that team as well.
And then they made it all the way to the national championship for a third straight year, but fell. I'm not going to talk about it.
That's
We're going to cut after.
You're still bitter.
A little bitter. 28-26 is the score, and I want to make sure that we let you guys know. 6:45 tomorrow, the victor of this game takes on the pinnacle. Pardon me. On Wednesday, takes on the pinnacle of Cathedral Fighting Irish.
Can you tell where Brent went to high school? Hey, on that pregame will be Brent and Keith at 6:45. The game, Thad and I will be on the call. It's going to be fantastic. So we get start here for the third quarter. Some quick stats. You ready for them?
I'm hearing.
For Attucks, Hall with 8, Barnett with 2, McMahon 7, Tyson 5, Edwards 4. For Howe, Scott with 12, leading scorer of the game. Washington only 3. Stamps with 8, Boone with 2, Brown with 2, and Cannon with 1.
My most crucial stat to give you, Sean, of the first half.
Okay.
The number 3.
The 3 ball?
No. 3 fouls on Kai Washington.
He starts the second half, though.
We're going to monitor it as we begin the second half play here on Indiana Sports Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in. Fantastic action here on the webcast, and a turnover right away to begin the second half. Not a good decision there by Brown, and it's going to be Attucks. But how about Brown? Stays with it.
The nice hustle. He got himself caught up in the air with nobody to throw it to and had to throw it away. You can't play out of control.
Instead, now it's going to be back into the hands of the Attucks Tigers. Attucks, of course, the Cinderella-esque story, winning the state title a couple of seasons ago. That team featured Nike Sabandi, one of the best players in the entire mid. Big drive, big take, part of the MAC, playing for Miami.
Wow, what a job there. Jason Hall thought he got all ball and caused him to lose it. That would be Brown, obviously, as he's shooting the free throw. And he pleaded with the official, but to no avail as Brown goes to the line for 2.
First free throw is going to rim out, man. Free throws have been a bit of a woe for both sides.
59% on the year.
As we get ready for the second free throw, this is going to rim out as well for Krishan Brown. Over 2 from the line on that trip. Still a 2-point lead. Same score we had going into the break. Let's see if Attucks can change it on this possession.
Howe looks like they're trying to pressure him with the possible trap, but nice job getting on the blocks.
Take, as you mentioned, the senior getting involved in the second half. The first bucket knots it back up at 28 apiece.
Only had 4 in the first half. They got to get him going if they want to win this basketball game.
Howe Hornets, those road black uniforms. Remember a couple of years ago, it might have been last year, Howe was a little confused whether we are the home team or whether we are the away team. Had to rush and get those jerseys. Luckily, had it just in time for the start of the game. And now a spin move. Deep 3. Good.
Oh, called it 2.
Deep 2. Ooh. Very deep 2. Stamps is a good player, Sean.
He is a very good basketball player. Oh, on the defense, there's Kai Washington.
That was a risky play by Washington, too. Could have picked up another foul instead of drive and kick right back out to Kai, and this one's tipped and stolen. No foul call. They're going to get him on the sideline. You know, there should be a bit of a case for both sides. It looked like Howe might have grabbed the player.
And Coach Kendrick is imploring him, take the shot. As you see Stamps foot on the line. Why, it's only a 2.
You know, I think it's a situation where Coach Kendrick sees opportunity to try and build a lead. Because if Kai Washington picks up another foul, that is a tough road to trek. And another 3. Deshaun Scott gets his 4th.
Big shot. Got it. They can get him open looks.
Wow. Response, no. High up for the rebound. That's just activity by the senior Edwards. And the response, the high floater falls through for Donovan Barnett. Now a timeout taken by Crispus Attucks. 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here. Sean, interesting start to the second half.
You know, I think you can overthink things sometimes. That's what Howe did on that last possession where before the 3, where they threw it, they tried to get too many passes to get an open shot. I think what Kendrick is trying to do here, Coach Kendrick is trying to do, pressure defense, force them without Bennett to make mistakes, and then convert that into easy buckets at the other end. We're going to see what happens. But I'll tell you what, it's hard to take your eyes off these Attucks cheerleaders. They are fantastic.
They are bringing the boom.
I love it because not only are they stomping, they're stomping on the stands, which makes like a louder noise.
You know, it's like those little. What are they called? The bashers, the bammers, the boomers, you know, boom, boom, boom.
The thunder sticks?
The thunder sticks.
Yes.
A lot louder than just clapping.
A lot louder, yes.
But Howe has the basketball again. You know, Sean, I'm interested to see if Coach Kendrick keeps Kai Washington out there for the entire third quarter, or if he gives a little bit of a rest with the foul trouble. If he picks up that 4th here in the third quarter, that's detrimental.
I'm interested to see what he does defensively with Kai Washington.
Washington with the basketball, spin move, loses his footing, and they're going to get a bailout call.
Wow. On Barnett. That'll be his first,
you know,
I think.
Sean, I was a little...
I thought he traveled.
Yeah. I was thinking it was going to be a travel call instead. They get the foul pin.
I apologize. That's his 2nd foul.
Barnett, the young sophomore, looks like a promising future for him. 6'4" already. Saw that high arcing rainbow, too, on the offensive end.
Well, don't forget, McMahon's a junior, so they've got him for another year as well. I'm sure Coach Hawkins loves that.
First free throw rolls in for Mr. Kai Washington. How about this? His first point since early in that first quarter.
Yeah, that early 3-ball you thought was going to get him rolling, but then he got into foul trouble.
Maybe this will be just the small push he needed. Second is good.
Love that end camera shot, Riley.
Very good by Riley. Deep 3 response. And the man we just talked about, Donovan Barnett.
Remember what Coach Hawkins talked about. They settled for too many 3s. Let's see if they start to do that as well again.
Boone with the drive.
Oh, Coach Hawkins did not like that call.
Yeah. Neither did the Attucks faithful. That was another 50-50 variety, and that would have been the 3rd on Boone.
And the other Barnett said, I stood there to take the charge.
Instead, it's going to be a baseline inbounds, a bit of a blob. You know, maybe, Sean, they're just trying to even up the fouls. A big-time foul discrepancy in that first half.
Big time.
Howe with the basketball. Still with that 5-out look. They like to drive and kick. A little pick and pop.
You'll hear a lot of clapping because everybody thinks they're open.
Give me the ball. Kai Washington, so far, a lot of dribbling with no production on this. As Boone, a couple crossovers, and a deep contested 3 is going to be missed. Battle for the rebound, passed out, and taken in by Sincere McMahon. Off his knee, and we've got spin cycles left, spin cycles right, and a foul is going to be called.
That's going to be on Hall. He does not like the call, and they better watch it, or they're going to get technicaled up. They don't want that.
You know, that one was one where he should not be arguing.
Yes.
couple of the earlier ones possible.
You know, it's almost as if Howe runs their offense like a football offense, trying to create space to get their athletes in space, like the New England Patriots did last night.
Ooh.
I had to throw that in there, sorry. I picked the Chiefs, but you got to give it up.
Kai Washington spin move, and the shot left short. The big-time senior just can't get it going yet, Sean.
Tried to do a little too much there.
Let's see if Sincere McMahon can put the Tigers on his back. And a skip pass to no one. Kai Washington with the ball. Dumps it down, and the lay-in is blocked from behind. A hard foul is called. And it's going to send to the free throw line Jalen Stamps.
That could have been ugly because Barnett hit the floor first, and Stamps saw him there and didn't want to land on him. So, my goodness, that could have been a lot uglier.
That's also the third foul on Donovan Barnett. He's had such a good start to the second half. We'll see how long. Looks like he's probably going to be checking out at the next timeout. Jalen Stamps at the free throw line.
Still a 2-point game, though.
And you look at Stamps. My favorite stat about him, he is plus 73 on the season.
Would you care to explain that for those uneducated on the plus-minus in basketball?
Meaning when he is on the court, the TC Howe Hornets have had plus 73 points in their advantage.
That's a good stat.
Very good stat. That means they've had some blowouts this year.
They have, yes, that's true. You look at their schedule, they have.
But it also means when you have a tough game, you want Stamps on the floor. Second free throw falls through. Lead back out to 3.
Tyron Lewis checking in, the 6'1 senior. Still a one-possession game here, Brent, with everything that's going on.
Yep. Still also just a slow developing beginning to the second half. Not as much point production as we would have thought.
Not as much as it is the Piper Logistics third quarter.
But big shout out to Coach Piper and a deep step back. Wow, bingo, Jason Hall.
Needed that, and we're knotted up again at 36. The team at Piper Logistics has a strong commitment to their client. Call for all your needs.
Back and forth they go. Howe Hornets back with the basketball. A lot of high pressure defense. And now it's Kai Washington with the ball way out near midcourt. Right side, one more pass at him in the corner.
Oh, they did.
Said Scott with it, and Attucks is on their feet. The fans loving the defensive effort, Sean.
Yes. Uh-oh.
The drive, and a timeout taken by Coach Kendrick.
That's interesting time for a timeout right there.
He sensed the crowd going the opposite direction as we have a look at the deep three from the shortest man on the court, Jason Hall. Sean, what did you see here?
You know, it's great. He found a little space, stepped back a little bit. You know, he comes in 13% from three-point land. He's knocked down 3 tonight.
11 points total. He's just really been a kind of a catalyst. He's one of the players that Coach Chris Hawkins wants stepping up in the loss of Harold Bennett. Of course, we got to mention that again. A 5'11 senior, a bit of a journeyman throughout his high school career, and now down in prep school in Atlanta, Georgia area, averaged 22 points per game. Sean, it is nearly impossible to make up 22 points every game.
Well, look, Hall averages just a shade under 5. He's got 11. Barnett has got 7 for them. He averages 4.2. You're getting a little bit of that from here and there, right. As we talked about. You know, Edwards needs to get more on the score sheet as well. He's only got 5.
It's interesting as well, as you mentioned. Good production off the bench so far for Attucks. The deeper bench, we've always been talking about that throughout the broadcast as well. Time's ticking away, though, here in this third quarter. Kai Washington, NBA range, misses it, and another sincere cherry pick.
Saw the shot go up and just cut down to the other end. Now we got a little full court man-to-man here from Hall.
He said, I'm going to sincerely pick these cherries, Sean.
I think we've kind of put that one to bed.
Right side into the lane, and a foul on the drive. To travel.
Oh, I thought he was going to call a foul. That was a slow moving call there. I thought.
As we see,
if you don't know what a cherry pick is, here it is.
Smart decision by Sincere McMahon. You see, all players aren't back for Howe and the lay-in, because after the 3-ball, you take that deep 3-year Kai Washington, you got to get back.
Yep.
But you also know Kai Washington has those 3 fouls. He's not going to contest you at the rim. How about this extending zone defense now for Howe?
This is interesting.
Little 1-3-1 leaves the corners open, and that shot's going to be long. Back come the Hornets. A chance to take back the lead. They will not. Now under the basket. And tipped and stolen away again. The Tigers look to extend their advantage. Hall all the way down. The dump down. Edwards!
Nice little driving dish.
4-point lead for the Tigers.
Thank you for watching us. Hey, on the Family of Indiana SRN Networks, another final. Traders Point Christian Academy 83, International School 51.
Fulfilled days of high school basketball. A lot of weather on Saturday ruined the plans. A lot of postponements. That means extra basketball, and now a travel on again.
What a great defensive play there by Hall. Got his hand on the ball, but didn't foul him. Caused him to shuffle his feet. Yeah. Watch this beautiful pass here.
You see the drive by Jason Hall and the dump down Edwards.
Peripheral vision, very important. If you're going to be a creator, you got to have it. He did, and boy, you got to think Attucks is feeling confident right now, Brent.
Edwards, the big-time senior. We've mentioned him a couple times, Sean. Got to finish that one. Now let's skip past Sincere McMahon.
Deep. Under a minute to go here.
Largest lead for either team. 7-point lead for the Attucks Tigers. Almost a steal. Coming up, and they're going to get a foul call.
That was not a smart foul by Sincere McMahon.
That's not good. Things are getting a little chippy here now.
Let's settle down,
player
fellas.
ran. Need to get everyone back. You saw it was a hard foul.
They're warning both sides.
They're going to get both teams back onto their sides. They're going to take a timeout. We're going to take one with them. 35 seconds left. 43 in the third. 43-36. Fantastic game.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
True pandemonium here at Tech High School. Sean Kroll, Brent Young. Hey, tensions are high. This is championship basketball.
This means something to these kids. It really does. These kids live in the city. They want to win it, and they will stop at nothing. And, you know, in the heat of the moment, things happen. Great job by the officials taking control. And we'll play this last 35.5 seconds of the Piper Logistics third quarter.
And as Keith talked about with Coach Delaney of Cathedral, these two teams also want to have a big shot at having the opportunity to take down Cathedral, who has been kind of a mainstay, winning multiple city finals. And now they're going to hand out some technical fouls, John. Looks like it's going to be two technicals, one to each team. I believe they're trying to decide who's going to get which one.
And you look at the second half here, you can't see it on your scoreboard. However, the Attucks has 17 fouls. Howe has 1. Kind of flipped from the first half. But we'll see. The officials did a great job stepping in, making sure everybody took care of themselves. The coaches came out. Now they're going to reset, and they're going to come together and explain what happened.
No, I think what they're going to see as we get a discussion, one of the officials is speaking with Coach Kendrick of Howe. It's going to be a sideline inbound still. It's going to be offsetting technical fouls. They're trying to get control of the game, which is what you want in a high-pressure game like this.
That is correct. Great job by this officiating crew. I believe it's Larry Sanders, Rick Frank, and Byron Davis.
Ball is worked and bounce out. You know, these are interesting times. After things get a little chippy, you expect a quicker whistle now if there is a little bit of physical play.
Most definitely.
Right side with the drive into the lane, and now a good shot. Pure look by Krishan Brown.
Under 20 seconds to go here. You got to imagine our Attucks is going to hold for one shot with the 5-point lead.
10 seconds left. Sincere McMahon with the ball. Denied, but they're going to call the foul on the floor, and that's free shots, Sean.
Yes, and that foul is going to be on, I believe that's
Deshaun Mills-Beatty.
Mills-Beatty, that's his first. Nope, that's his second. I apologize.
But shouldn't that interesting? Oh, that's only the second team foul against Howe. And a deep shot at the buzzer is off the top of the score support. And boy, oh boy, if you enjoyed those first 3 quarters, do we have a fourth quarter in store for you? One of these two teams will move on to the finals on Wednesday night. 43-38 here. They aren't really lighting up the scoreboard, Sean, but this is the fourth quarter brought to you by CIB LED Lighting Solutions.
They light up your life. You probably don't remember Debbie Boone, but they do with LED Lighting Solutions. 317-497-0965.
Is that song, You Light Up
Yes.
My Life?
Please don't do that again.
I know it.
All right, let's see what happens.
Highly contested basketball game, and with a big drive, finish is not there. Rebound taken in by Howe. Another flip shot. This one rims out.
Strong.
Yep. And as expected, kind of quick with the whistle there.
Yeah.
Good rebound taken in by Jalen Carson, and then a quick foul call.
You know, Hall on the other end had a nice little double pump there because of the defense, but that floater was a little strong there from Brown.
Sean, what does Howe need to do to get back into this game?
Discipline, to be honest with you. Defense creating some turnovers, getting easy buckets.
A good job as well by Kai Washington, still here in the fourth with only the 3 fouls.
Yes.
No fouls for him in that third quarter is huge down the stretch. Now another foul called on the drive.
And that will be the third on Brown, and they are not letting anything go at this point.
Nope. And I think this is a time where both Coach Hawkins and Coach Kendrick can tell their teams, be aggressive with the drive. They're going to blow these foul calls.
That is they put that foul on the wrong side, but that should have been the third team foul on Howe, unless they got him flipped.
They'll get it figured out eventually. 9 now. They'll get it figured out.
I had that as the third on Brown. They only have it as the second. We'll see what happens.
Either way, the ball is back in the hands of Attucks, and Sincere McMahon, a bit of a push off, gets away with it, and with a big drive, finishes at the rim.
Makes it 7. Makes some good offensive possession.
And that's a way to do it. Krishan Brown has stepped up here in the latter parts of this second half.
Gets the and one opportunity here. Is it going to be Carson, I believe?
Yep. Brown, another one of those players under his point total per game, trying to step it up here in the fourth.
The old big heads.
The Brown family in front of us with a nice big fat head. I love it. Second free throw.
Got to miss it. He missed it.
Free throws missed. 45-40 is the score.
Oh, and there's the turnover.
So, Sean, 6:54 left. If you're Howe, are you being a little bit more judicious with your offensive possessions, or are you still going full gore?
It's a 2-possession game. You got plenty of time. Run your offense. You just got a turnover. Let your defense give you more possessions, and then create.
Kai right to the rim, and he's going to rim it out. Almost a foul on the rebound, though. McMahon and Washington. Mano-y-mano.
Oh!
And they're going to get a blocking foul called on Kai. You know, that is a ultimate head scratcher. Ultimate, don't do that.
That will give you a few gray hairs if you're a coach. For sure.
Kendrick's,
I mean, look at Keith, for crying out loud.
Coach Kendrick has some nice hair.
He does.
Hate to see it start to go gray.
Yeah. Age gets us all.
It does. Age is undefeated, isn't it?
Every single time.
Now a little bit of a drive and kicking it back out. The defense truly has gotten better as the game has worn on for the Howe Hornets.
Yes. Agreed.
Washington just lets him shoot with the 4 fouls.
Well, I'll tell you what, Hall has really stepped his game up tonight, Brent. He's been fantastic on the offensive end.
He has. Now he has scored in every single quarter. Now the drive, hanging in the air, and the finish.
Up and under.
Give him a with the kiss.
Oh, that's patented, I believe.
Okay.
Bill Raftery, you can't take it from a legend.
Hopefully they didn't hear me say it. And McMahon loses it.
There it is.
Run out for Howe. Passes it into the corner. Now the drive. Oh.
Too strong.
Out of bounds, staying here with the Hornets.
Great move there by Brown. Just too strong off the glass to get the bucket to go down. Luckily it stayed with him, but just like we said, Brent, defense giving you offensive chances, and just like that, they can knock down a shot. Still a 2-possession game.
It's been a nickel spread for almost the entire fourth quarter, and it's still that nickel, 47-42. Ooh, Washington could have picked up his 5th with the offensive foul. Instead, a tip from behind, and Howe has it back. A deep 3. Out of bounds. Off of Howe.
Mercy. It's going back to that first quarter pace again.
Yep. Sean Mills Beatty was there again.
We talk about the low-scoring game. I think the defenses of both squads really have picked it up here in the second half.
They have. I mean, you look back at it, Sean. Last year, it was a 70-67 victory for the Howe Hornets. 2 years ago, it was an Attucks victory, 86-80. This is very low scoring for this matchup in the past couple of years.
Almost half of that, but again, it attributes to the defense.
A drive into the lane and a dump down. The lay-in right at the rim. Pushes it back out to a 7-point lead.
Great driving dish again, this time from Lewis.
And the response rims out for Washington.
Uh-oh, the body language doctor's in. Doesn't look good for Kai Washington.
A drive and kick. Sincere McMahon thought about it. They're going to hold up. Take some time off the clock.
I thought he might have got a push there. A push off on Washington.
McMahon. Met with the defense. Looks with the drive. Falls down. Keeps his dribble.
He's filled down a lot tonight.
Drive. Lay in. No good.
Oh, they're going to call it
foul.
offensive. Wow. Tried to go around, but Mills Bade, he got the charge. Here's that drive and dish. Nice little kick underneath to the big man.
A little bit of a jelly roll on that lane. The finger.
Jelly roll?
The finger roll.
He was famous for the finger roll.
Let's hear it.
George Gervin, the
Iceman.
Iceman for San Antonio. George Gervin.
Don't get it confused with Paul Wall, the Iceman. Paul Wall.
Also from Texas. But
Deep 3. Wow.
Big time.
Jalen Stamps, 47% on the season, and looked just the part there.
They need him. He's got 5 in this quarter. It's a 4-point game again.
It has been Attucks. They've gone with the drive the last couple of possessions. A great look as Hall can drive and dish down to Edwards. We'll see what the play call is here. Left wing, Sincere McMahon, push off, step back. Wow.
Oh, shooter's roll.
With the roll. falls through. Still, that 5 to 6 point spread.
Still a 2-possession game, though. That's important.
Howe with the drive, and a foul is called under the rim. They're going to get Donovan Barnett with his 4th.
Stamps was out of control there. He got away with one.
Now it's 2 shots. 10th team foul.
That is the 4th on Barnett. Is that correct?
Yes, 4th on Donovan Barnett.
And yes, they're in the double bonus if those numbers are correct. We're not too sure about that, but we'll see.
They have officially said 2 shots. So Stamps, 77%, knocks it in. Another shot coming up for Stamps. 51-46. Still that 5-point spread. The elusive 5-point spread down to 4. And Stamps has had a whale of a game.
Full court pressure now, Brent.
Got to be careful to not foul. The whistle has been a lot quicker here in the 4th.
Washington's not on the floor, though.
Got away with the travel. They're going to give it to him.
No, they didn't.
Didn't call it initially. Got the correction. And now Howe a chance to come back within 1 possession.
Is Kendrick going to go offense for defense here this last 3 minutes with the foul trouble that they're in?
It would be smart if he did, but right now he does have Kai Washington out of the game. But it has truly been the play of Krishan Brown and Jalen Stamps here in this 4th quarter. Stamps has it. The gamble. Stamps drive. The kick.
Throw it away.
Stole it away. And the foul's going to be called on Brown. And a smart foul at that.
That's going to be his 4th. And you got to play under control. He didn't play under control. Tried to get cute. Got a turnover. Can't do that when you're down 4.
The foul there did take away the run out, though.
True.
So semi-smart. Seemed like it was also incidental.
Oh, they have him for 3. I had him for 4.
Book don't lie. Passing. That could have been a foul call again, Sean.
Yeah, it could have. These guys are not afraid to try and knock the basketball away. Quick hands.
Jaquan Edwards, he is a specimen out there. Strong and long. We'll see if he's able to finish a couple more at the rim. 51-47, sideline inbound. They get it in, tipped and taken away.
Uh-oh.
Get past.
Oh.
3 ball. Oh. Tip, no good. Edwards, a mammoth rebound.
And they're going to get Boone with the foul. All that contact down there. That's the shot you want if you're Coach Kendrick, but just didn't go down.
You know, Jalen Stamps has knocked down 3 of those. That would have been his 4th and the biggest one of the game.
Yeah, to cut it to 1. Now you got to hope that Attucks misses their free throws.
Edwards, a really good free throw shooter that we've already mentioned. 79%, but he's missed a couple tonight.
He has. The broadcaster jinx.
We're not going to do it again this time.
We will not.
I would just mention he's 79% from the line, and that's it.
Good enough for me.
A couple of subs into the game. Checking out is Deshaun Mills Beatty. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good.
In case you're curious, as a team, Attucks shoots 62.9% from the stripe. Howe, 68.5.
Ooh. Bit of an advantage if it comes down to the nitty-gritty.
I'd like to look at the turnover numbers after this game, too, because I think they both went way over their average.
Oh, rimmed out the second one. Door is still open. The elusive 5-point lead still for the Tigers. Ball is worked in the hands of Cannon. In between the circles, Sean. Still no Kai Washington. Cannon, baseline, finish. Oh. Cannot get it to fall. It's going to be some free throws for the 6-foot senior.
You don't mind that if you're Howe, because now you can score without the clock running. That is a foul on Hall, I believe, his 2nd. You got to get stops at the other end, though.
And Cannon, very, very low in comparison to his season totals.
Yes, 9.3 points per game as he misses the first. I've only got him for 1 point.
Chance with another one here.
How long do you leave Kai Washington on the bench?
You know, I was not opposed to your offense for defense decision, but looks like Coach Kendrick might be thinking Kai Washington maybe pushing a little bit.
There's not a ton of time left, so if you're going to get him in, you got to get him in soon.
Second free throw good, back to a 4-point advantage.
Oh, here comes a trap.
High pass is hauled in, dumped down, Edwards lays it in.
Wow, nice little Euro step there.
That's just a strong take by the senior. Boone loses it. Attucks has it. Sincere, tip from behind, no foul called yet. A lot of physical play.
A lot of physical play.
We're under 2 minutes. Boone almost takes the cookies. High floater, no good.
You
now
got
running.
Numbers.
Hannon, dish out, 3 ball.
Good. Oh, sorry, got it. Your play-by-play, I didn't want to take it.
I was letting the crowd take that one. 54-51. 3-point game.
Plenty of time.
Minute 30 with the drive. McMahon, the float, rims out. Ooh, keeping the leg, and a timeout is called.
Oh, he hurt himself coming down, but he kept his pivot foot in. Did Brown.
It is. Krayshawn Brown has had himself a great fourth quarter.
Kai Washington just went to the scores table.
A giant 3 in the corner as well on that last possession by Brown. And Sean, you don't need a 3, but
you don't need one.
But
that's kind of what they've looked for here in this fourth quarter, Brent.
They look very good shooting it from distance with confidence. I mean, you look up and down. Scott has made a couple of threes. Washington hit one early. Stamps automatic from deep. Brown also knocked one in. They all have good averages. You don't need one, but hey, if it's there, take it.
By percentage, you're looking at Washington and Stamps as your 2 best. Cannon as well, but Cannon hasn't really shot the ball well at all tonight. So it could come down to Washington and Stamps here. Don't take Deshaun Scott out of the question. I think he's got 4 on the night. He could be a surprise guy they find open, could knock down a big shot.
So you see Howe come back out onto the court with Brown, Boone, Scott, Washington, and Stamps.
I'm just going to go on record here. I would prefer Howe go with the brown uniforms instead of the black.
Okay.
Go with the true school colors.
Okay. And for the Tigers of Attucks, they come back out with Jaden Tyson, Jason Hall, Tyron Lewis, Jaquan Edwards, and Sincere McMahon. This has been a fantastic game. A chance to go to the City Alliance Championship game on Wednesday night.
How
with the basketball? Yes, 6:45 pregame.
Pregame 6:45.
Stamps with the ball.
Who's going to take the big shot?
Now left to Boone. Boone waiting. Has it open. Corner Brown. No good. Rebounded by Scott and off his foot. Right into the hands of Attucks.
Got it knocked away.
1 minute left. Are they going to foul?
They might have to.
A drive and a kick down low. Tyson plays it in.
Oh, that's a big bucket.
Back to a 5-point spread. Dish out. Scott has it. Time is ticking away.
Got to get a shot
Pass
quick.
Back out. Kai Washington into the hands of Stamps. No good. Rebounded by McMahon. And that might be it, Sean. A 5-point spread. And now some free throws for Sincere McMahon.
The heads are down of Howe. They got some shots, but one shot being the key. Wow. Every time down, they got one shot that didn't get knocked down. Big rebounds by Attucks.
Here we go. This is the pretty drive and handoff you see again. Tyson this time. We've seen Edwards do it. We've seen Tyson now do it. They drive and they find the open man underneath.
I was surprised Lewis took it to the bucket, but he got it to Tyson for a little floater. It was huge.
Free throw is good. They want to get a substitute into the game.
Brown has fouled out.
Because it's one of the bonus. so they needed to get Brown out. Checking back in is Deshaun Mills-Beatty.
So now we'll shoot that free throw over again. Fouls have evened out, as you can't see on the scoreboard on the screen. 10 for Attucks, 8 for Howe.
McMahon knocks it down. How about that, Sean? 58% free throw shooter, but he is pure.
Hey, winning time.
Front end of the 1-and-1, extends the lead to 6, and then extends the lead to 7. Sincere McMahon plays with a chip on his shoulder, and he's just pushed the lead out to a 3-score game.
3 possessions. Got to get a bucket quick.
Deep three. Washington still cold on the night. Again, Stamps misses off the right side. Tipton stolen away. Back with it is going to be Howe. Drive and finish is
can't
not
even
there.
Get the layup.
11 seconds left, and the Attucks Tigers can feel it. They can taste it. And McMahon, I don't like that.
I do not like that either. And neither did Stamps. Game is over. Pull it out. 5 seconds to go. 7-point lead. And 6:45 Wednesday night right here on Indian SRN pregame. City Championship. Attucks going for their first since 61 and 62 as they take on, what school is that again? What school is, I can't think of who it is.
The Pinnacle.
Cathedral Irish.
Basketball gods playing their duty on Sincere McMahon.
So you will have the number 6 team in 3A taking on the number 4 team in 4A for the City Championship Wednesday night.
Deep three as time expires is no good. And with that final horn, 59-51. An 8-point win for the Crispus Attucks Tigers. The number 6 team in the Class 3A will go to the championship game on Wednesday night to take on the Cathedral Fighting Irish. A big-time victory for Coach Chris Hawkins and his Tigers team. As we are going to keep it here, Coach Keith Myers is going to be down on the midcourt as he's getting ready to talk to Coach Chris Hawkins. Will set it down there now.
Chris Hawkins with this. Nice win, Coach, 59-51. Tuck and go all the way.
Yeah, tight game. 2 teams that know each other. We just defensively came down the stretch, played well defensively, hit some shots offensively, finally got going.
No rest to the worry. You're off tomorrow, but you got to come right back for Cathedral.
Yeah, team that, can play. They'll play 4 guards and 1 big drive and kick. So be similar game, but they have more shooters on the floor, skill position. So it's going to take a big effort from us.
Rest. We'll see you Wednesday night.
All right, thank you.
Right back up.
What a game, Sean. What a game. 59-51. It was a resilient effort by the Howe Hornets, but in the end, the Attucks Tigers found a way in the fourth quarter. Sean's tallying up the stat totals. We're going to send it over to him here in a second. But now with that victory, the Attucks Tigers move to 12-3 on the year, and they get ready to take on Cathedral on Wednesday night. The Howe Hornets drop down to 10-4, but this was a thrilling game as we expected. A little bit lower scoring than we thought coming into it, but still, the fireworks were there when they needed it. The tensions were riding high, and I think Sean has some stats for us.
Yes, for the Howe Hornets, Scott with 15. Here's the big stat. Kai Washington with 5. Stamps with 18. Brown with 9. Boone with 2. And Cannon with 2 for 51. For the victorious Crispus Attucks Tigers, they are 12-3 now on the season. Hall with 13, big game for him. Barnett with 7, McMahon with 19, Tyson with 7, Edwards with 12, all unofficial for a total of 59.
Just a spectacular game. We're going to go ahead and wrap everything up here on this broadcast. Any closing remarks before we shut it down, Sean?
We talked in the beginning about the loss of Harold Bennett. Jason Hall, 5 points a game, scored 13, huge for them. Edwards got a couple of points over his average. Jaden Tyson did too. McMahon played his game. But boy, huge game for Jason Hall in this game. Also shutting down Kai Washington. The foul trouble was huge for them. Lid was on the rim. They only got one shot. Great rebounding for Attucks. We'll see him on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, coverage begins at 6:45, the pregame show. And then, of course, it's going to be a big-time championship game as we have live action for you the entire rest of the week. A big Southport game coming for you on Friday night, and then more action on Saturday as well. Make sure you keep your dial to indianasrn.org.
Real quick, Greenwood Christian Batesville Tuesday, Covenant Christian Providence Cristo Way Tuesday, Beech Grove Danville Tuesday, Thursday Greenwood Christian at Southwestern. Go to indianasrn.org, bottom left, quick links. We'll have it all there for you.
One last time here from historic Tech High School in downtown Indianapolis, the second semifinal. Victorious Crispus Attucks Tigers take down the TC Howe Hornets 59-51 from our broadcast partner and good friend Sean Kroll, for Mr. Riley up there and Mr. Wizard over there. Thank you very much for tuning in to Indiana Sports Radio Network.